What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears, coming in with my pregame preview of tonight's matchup in Los Angeles. Tyson Bagent and the 2-5 Bears travel to LA to take on Justin Herbert and the Chargers. First off, I want to give you the latest injury update, and then I'll give you my keys to tonight's game. Let's get right into it. Justin Fields, Nate Davis, and Terrell Smith were already expected to miss this game, but now Jaquan Brisker has been downgraded to out with an illness. It's a tough blow for the secondary, but Eddie Jackson is questionable to return. I think Bojack plays and resumes his role at free safety, which would allow Elijah Hicks to slide over to Brisker's spot in the lineup. Elijah Hicks has played some really good football this year, but he's been getting overlooked. More good news is that Roschon Johnson and Khalid Kareem will be returning for this matchup. Both Braxton Jones and Justin Fields look like they might return next week against the Saints. Getting Roschon back is huge for this offense, though. It'll give Luke Getsy a 1-2 punch at the RB position with D'Onta Foreman and Rojo. The Chargers defense allows more yards versus screen passes than any team in the NFL. This is the game that Luke Getsy's been waiting for. We know he loves to call screen passes. The Chargers rank next to last in the entire NFL in total defense. The only team that has been worse is the Denver Broncos. However, they do feature a dynamic duo at defensive end with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. This is a revenge game for Khalil Mack, who he traded last offseason, and this is going to be a tough matchup for Larry Borom and Darnell Wright at the tackle spots. Holding those two elite pass rushers in check is my key to victory for tonight's matchup. Meanwhile, our offensive line has performed much better recently, but still struggles at times and is missing two starters, with a couple of other guys pretty banged up. Limiting the Chargers' pass rush is extremely important tonight. On that front, I also have more news about tonight's game. Lucas Patrick is now questionable to play with a back injury. This just came out a couple of hours ago. Patrick played very well last week against the Raiders. His snaps were on point and he blocked well. It was his best game as a Bear so far. If he can't go tonight, expect more shuffling along the offensive line. We're already without Braxton Jones and Nate Davis. I'm not 100% sure what they would do if Patrick can't go. Most likely, they would slide Cody Whitehair from left guard back to center, and then Ja'Tyre Carter would come in and start at guard. But they could also give Dan Feeney or Doug Kramer a chance at center. I don't expect that to happen, though. This could end up playing a huge factor in tonight's game. This offensive line versus the Chargers D-line is a key matchup. And then we also have Luke Getsy's play calling against a very beatable defense. They are very susceptible to screen plays, and this is a defense we can score against as long as Getsy doesn't get too conservative with Bagent at quarterback. The final key is for our secondary to continue playing great football. They need to step up and stop this Chargers offense. They've played much better the last 3 weeks and have looked like a top 10 secondary, but this will be a real test against Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and company. This is a big game tonight. Tyson Bagent versus Justin Herbert in NFL prime time. By far the biggest spotlight Bagent will have ever played in his young career. It's his second career start, and we'll find out a lot about this guy tonight. I think we'll find out a lot about the team as well. They played very inspired football on all 3 phases last week. It gave me faith that they believe in these coaches. Was it a fluke or a sign of things to come the rest of the season? Stay tuned. We will find out soon. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.